SMU is organizing the Youth Innovation Challenge with the idea that innovation itself is the bedrock of any community and certainly of Singapore itself. What I see today is fantastic participation across the schools, and that shows lots of optimism for Singapore itself in terms of its innovation.
The whole thing that we took away from the first workshop is really to think without limits. It's really to take an open mind to any ideas you see. After you've chosen the idea that you are interested in, how do you then take a systematic approach to evaluating this idea, to critiquing this idea, to implementing this idea? And that is when the design model thing that Reactor taught us comes into play, because that is essentially what allows us to have a template or at least something to guide us in our process to think critically, to think systematically. And that is what is going to make your idea work in the end.
I'm pleased to see that our students at such a young age are thinking about impact, about changing the world, about changing Singapore. And that really pushes the boundaries of our students thinking about implementable ideas that are scalable.
I was stripping down their ideas. They've already got some pretty good stuff. They just need more refinement to bring it to a stage where the ideas can be understood and challenged critically.
In our proposals, we think, oh, it's all fine, it's all good. But when the mentors actually pointed out all those flaws and we are like taken aback and like we don't know what to say because we have never thought about all these problems before. Today's session really like opened our eyes up to a new perspective.
I do think that this sandbox environment of putting them into more critical and analytical kind of brain juice pumping session is creating a generation of thinkers that could possibly be the owners of the next big thing out there.
There was a lot of self-doubt happening in this process. So one of our greatest takeaway, other than on our business ideas and entrepreneurship, is that we have to really have confidence in ourselves and believe us in what we're doing.
I think we all have like an idea of how we should further improve our idea now.
Let's go!
Welcome to the Youth Innovation Challenge 2018.
This challenge itself will present like a perfect opportunity for them to showcase their talents, to experience what it's really like to take part in a business pitch competition and to have their ideas validated by actual entrepreneurs on the judging panel.
For students, we have so much to do in terms of academics, in terms of extracurricular, but then having like another platform to really have something that you're passionate about, to be able to express that, I think it's very empowering. It's amazing that I think for entrepreneurs as young as them to have only had a few days of preparation to come up with such an innovative idea. And even though their idea is simple, I think that it's very impactful, which really goes to show that not all ideas have to be very technical, not all ideas have to be very complicated in order to be impressive.
To me, all of them are winning ideas. It's what they are going to do for the first step to implement it. Because some of the ideas you need to go through, a lot of difficulties and challenges before you get there. But what is the next step and the easiest step you can take to fulfill your first step to see success? And then step by step, you will start to link with more people, you start to have more network, you start to talk to more people will give you more ideas to solve that issues or to connect you to more people that can help you to grow the ideas. Most important is finance. You need money to be able to grow some of your ideas as well. So this comes together when you take that first step to the next step to the next step, and finally you see the real thing happen. But not only that, things are changing. We're in a disruptive world. Things changes very fast. Maybe in the next 1 year, you need to really change your whole business model again because things have changed. So I think it's about encouraging our youth not to give up, but keep going out there and see what is out there, who is out there doing it. And if your ideas are other people doing it, can you do it better? And don't just be complacent about your ideas because people are catching up really fast as well globally. So go out there, get as much experience as you can, do as many things as you can, volunteer at as many places as you can because experience makes you different from the rest of the people.
schools, like the winning schools like Hwa Chong, they had amazing presentation skills, and I think that's one of my biggest takeaways.
Youth get inspired by other youth doing it and showing what they can do and how they implement it. I think what we need to do is to get more youth to know about it, to get more youth to understand how it works, to get more youth to find solutions for our problem.
First was our process in brainstorming and coming up with the idea. We learned how difficult that was and how we had to persist even though you might be very put down by a lot of the ideas or the critics. You are never satisfied with your idea. You always find people who have problems with it, and then you always have to continue doing that. Then the second thing we only learned today, and that was when we talked to Jux, and then he gave us a lot of advice about how to pitch and how much effort it takes to go into pitching and how much like background research you have to do on who you're pitching to and like what you should actually say. And we felt that these are things that are not usually covered in the curriculum. So I think we were all very grateful that we managed to learn that.
Both of us like really enjoyed the whole experience, all the 3 weekends, and yeah, the whole process. We would like to be young innovators.
We are inspired to be innovators.
Even though we are becoming smart city, we are becoming more tech and more AI in everything that we do, but don't lose your heart of who you are as a human being. Because from this heart, you come out with response, you come out with sympathy, empathy, you come out as more human. Because through that, you'll be the solution for the world.
As long as you keep on fixing things, you'll be fantastic as an entrepreneur.